JB.
completely
No,
forgot
I ain't
was
lying.
just how big Ellen
Fight
was
JB
in
and
the
Kevin Hart,
fallout of
like
Justin
those
Bieber.
two
So I know
most
for a fact
iconic
here,
photo
a
shoots. Like
lot of you out there are fans of this guy
or
because
just
you've emailed me,
photos,
you've
like
Twittered me, you've said
just
please have him on
photos,
the show.
bro.
And if you
You know?
don't know him, you're about to see somebody right
That
now
what
that you're
the
going to
hell is
go,
you
I
doing?
saw him because he is just, he's going to be huge. Justin
Ellen,
Bieber is
you
here.
know, Justin Bieber.
Back in the day, Ellen
Justin
predated
Bieber.
the pipeline of internet culture to
Justin
mainstream
Bieber.
television. If you posted a video on YouTube, I don't know,
Justin Bieber.
like launching your baby into space, you were getting on the Ellen show, and you were probably getting a very oversized gift card of Macy's or something. Justin, at this point, was a YouTube secret that the Gen X women of America needed to hear about. It's actually kind of crazy just how close Justin's brand was to Ellen's at one point. The compilation of all of his appearances on her show over the years is over 3 hours long. That's longer than Wicked Part 1. Of course, I didn't discover him from Ellen. I learned who he was because he guest starred on True Jackson VP.
Justin Bieber never misses a show. Tell my fans I'll be there any second. Look.
Honestly,
Damn.
what would I have done without Kiki Palmer in my youth?
boy.
Probably would have committed vehicular manslaughter. But
Ain't
his
lying, bro.
true mainstream breakout was his first
I'm
full
not the
album,
type, but it's
My
like-
World 2.0.
I'm not the
This
type.
album
I'm not.
debuted
I'm
at
not the type to
number 1,
reminisce,
and
but it's
he
like.
is still to this day the youngest male pop star to ever achieve that.
I'm not the type to
Young girls
reminisce,
couldn't
but
get enough of his
you can be-
swoopy hair,
I can
his
be-
purple
I can be
hoodie,
honest
his
and just-
comically oversized shoes. But we didn't
I can
just
be
love
honest and
him.
admit,
We had
2010 is
Bieber
the greatest
fever.
era of all time. It is. 2010s is like it could never be recreated. So just, bro, the 2010s is like
I can't help it.
all around
I
just
love him.
the
He's
greatest
so
era.
cute. I
It
mean,
is,
I
bro.
don't want him. But he's just so cute. He's really hot. He's adorable.
Yo, you can't call my girl hot and say he adorable. That just, you gotta pick one, baby. Like, nah, baby. You gotta pick one. Like, you can't just say he's adorable and then no, you can't say he's hot and then just say
It
he's
really
adorable.
was
That's not how
the
it works.
Beatlemania of our generation.
That's
And
not how it
other
works.
than One Direction,
Just
I
say
don't
he
know
hot.
if we've seen that level of fandom for a teenage boy since that time. There were multiple times where events had to be shut down because girls were having
Now that I
panic
think about it,
attacks,
it ain't
getting
like no,
trampled. They
it
had
ain't no
to
like
see the beat.
superstar like
And we all know at
teenagers
this
for real.
point that anything teenage girls do,
Especially when it comes to,
adult
like,
men must hate a
the
equal,
like
if
the
not
genre of
stronger
hip hop.
measure.
It ain't no stars like that. It's like kids. Like, it ain't no like lit kids that's like out like doing it. But you gotta think about this shit. It's like does none of that.
There really were, again, mostly men out there who could not stand that young girls liked a short, talented boy. And because of that, there were constant jokes that would insinuate Justin was gay, that he was a girl himself, that he just wasn't masculine enough or undeserving of his fame because of that. Because, you know, anything that appeals to girls is inherently feminine, which is also inherently bad. It also didn't help that Justin guest starred on CSI, and his character just got absolutely pummeled with bullets. The comments on the clip of this are actually so jobless it's crazy. You're happy that this child just got fictionally blown up to smithereens? Please, go on a walk. Get really into indoor rock climbing. Anything's better than this. But you know what? The jealousy of it all? That girls wanted Justin Bieber over them was not even subtle. Tell me why every boy in my
No
middle
cap.
school actively hated Justin Bieber with a fiery passion. Yet
no
they
cap.
all had the exact
I grew up with
same
Justin Bieber
haircut
and
as
I
him.
never hated him.
Riddle me that. Even
I
outside
just
of his
loved
anti-Bieber fever,
like
a
I just
lot
love
of
Justin
mainstream
Bieber. I love
news
the
didn't
music. I
portray
love
him
his dancing.
positively either. A
I
lot
mean,
of
in front
people
of
saw
TV
Justin
doing
as
his
a
dancing,
cynical cash grab
singing
pushed on pop culture
songs.
by record executives. That would be
It's like
instantly
I was
replaced
never a
and
hater of
forgotten
Justin
once
Bieber.
Justin
Like
hit puberty.
I couldn't
And
hate on him. My
journalists were
dad
not
was
afraid
in
to
front
tell
of
him
that
they
TV,
thought
box
that
TV,
to his face.
literally
But at
shit,
any point,
dancing,
There's only so much
singing his songs.
PR you
I
can
could
do.
never hate on
He's
JB.
going to have to stand on his own
Even when I
talent.
was little, I can't hate on JB. Like
Critics
he's the
will say
goat.
that you are basically a product of marketing. That when it
How
comes
could I
down to
hate
it,
him?
it's
Like
all
I'm really
the
thinking about. I
YouTube
could never
hype.
hate.
It's all
I
the
could never hate
attention you
Justin
get
Bieber.
online.
Even if I was a little white boy
Do you see
and all the
yourself as a
hugs,
product of
motherfucker,
marketing?
I'm still loving JB. He's the goat.
And I think that coming from Stratford, Ontario, and just like it basically gave others like hope because I come from this like somewhere that nothing really comes from there, like nothing, like nobody's ever came out of Stratford, Ontario and been famous or...
Wait, Lloyd Robertson has come out of Stratford, Ontario and been famous. He anchors the national news on CTV.
I'm just saying there hasn't been somebody to come out and be known worldwide.
Okay.
Do you agree in that point?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. The right audience is on every channel, the mission on.
Yeah, eBay.
This is a classic got up too fast from tying your shoes back injury. Not to be confused with the you threw your back out sneezing. Lucky for you, an Amazon One medical provider can help. And if it comes down to needing meds, Amazon Pharmacy will deliver them to your door. Of course, you have to get to the door.
What the fuck? I mean, you can get my ether. That's right, an ether. Oh, what? Keeping my cut ridiculous. Keeping my dick in it beat. Catching my side cut. Catching my side
in a way,
bleeds.
these people are
What
right.
the
Justin's
fuck?
early
I'm a
music
geek,
was
I'm a geek, I'm a
absolutely
geeker.
designed in a lab made to capitalize on the spending power of young girls. But at the same time, every next Justin Bieber,
I'm a geek,
Austin
I'm a geek, I'm a
Mahone, Cody
geeker.
Simpson, Grayson Chance, no one could match the star power or longevity that Justin had. Like it or not, there was something special about Justin that appealed to so many people at this time. And maybe part of it was just how divisive his image was. Baby, his first single from this era, was for a long time the most disliked video on YouTube ever. But it was also at one point the most viewed video on YouTube ever. People, no matter how they felt about him, could not look away. And I like to think it was because everyone secretly knew that Baby was a hit. Like, let's just be so honest about that fact. When I saw all of this happening, Justin was older than me. He was 15, practically a grown-up in my eyes. But watching it now, oh my god, that's a baby. Baby. Sorry. No, because I cannot imagine what being the most Google pop star in the world, the internet's collective boyfriend, wildly hated, hypersexualized by many adults, all at 15, does to your psyche. I genuinely don't know how we expected him to be even a remotely normal person as an adult. I've watched so many interviews with Justin from this time, and he is tiny. But for some reason, almost all of the adults interviewing him either treated him like he was an adult himself, or just straight up like he was a toy that they could manhandle however they wanted.
First of all, you're only 15, right?
Yep.
So, what is this girl situation? Have you, like, been in love? Have you kissed girls? Like, how do you feel about girls? Have you had a lot of girlfriends? Have you had your first kiss yet?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it with us?
I don't care, sure.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it. What was it like?
You guys never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
And it wasn't just this early era.
Just say a
This
sex
treatment went on for years.
So, I got bullied. Get that off of there.
Hey, this is a brand new.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember
Hold on,
smelling that
James.
good. at
James,
16.
stick to
Like,
carpool.
I
Stop
was
playing
a
on my
fan.
goat. Tell me you smell
Wow,
good.
look at your eyes.
Slow that down.
Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at that. Beautiful face. All right. Now it's time to find out who's nominated
Bro,
for
we gotta respect
International
JB, bro.
Breakthrough.
Yeah,
Vote,
like,
just do it. Don't
that shit
mess
getting out
around.
of hand.
Don't tease me, Bieber.
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms?
I'm gonna drink those blended worms.
Answer Justin Bieber. I have like little girl fans. I can't go. Okay, imagine that.
Oh no, they was wild. I'm thinking about it. I'm hearing it now.
Like weird like that.
They was wild. Not crushing you after a 16-year-old boy.
I feel violated right now.
Not to mention, throughout all of this, he is working. He is on a constant cycle of promo appearances.
I don't want to cancel on anybody. I don't. I know, but I mean, this is where we are.
My nigga got a
we
movie,
have to
bro.
do this. Otherwise, you could. If I let you say, hey,
I remember seeing
Justin,
he was
we
crying.
do Syracuse tomorrow, you'll say yes because you want to do every show.
No.
But then you'll destroy your vocal cords, and we can't risk
I
it.
would not let you do that. I already have stepped in, but I would not let you do that.
There's gonna be a lot of kids that are gonna be let down. I'm feeling alright. Probably like 4 out of 10. Aww.
You know, he'll sometimes get a little whiny about having a normal life, and I said, you know what? You gave up normal. This is your new normal.
There's this one story he tells from these early days where he went back to Toronto to see his friends, and he was supposed to fly back the next day to perform at the Today Show. But because he was 15 and exhausted, he didn't want to go. So him and his friends made a plan to hide his passport and pretend he lost it. The record label, of course, freaked out, and eventually he felt so guilty that he confessed that he had hid it. So he performed the Today Show the next day, like he was supposed to. It really does break my heart that his parents, Scooter, his management team, didn't seem to give him any time to just be a normal kid during this at all. But we didn't even have time to process that because Justin released his first concert documentary in 3D, might I add, Never Say Never, which to this day is still one of the most successful concert movies of all time. It was one of I love how my channel has accidentally covered the entire arc of Chunchu's career. And just like that, we're on to another era because on November 1st of 2011, he released his Christmas album Under the Mistletoe. Honestly, there is no reason for this album to be as solid as it is. I'll be honest, I am not a fan of Christmas music as genre. I know, I'm such a woman from a small town who has a big job in New York City coded, but for what it is, Mistletoe is a solid original pop Christmas song. And I didn't know I needed a rap breakdown of Drummer Boy until I got it, frankly. But this album rollout was not exactly a jolly time for believers because this is also when the baby story broke. On October 31st of 2011, a 20-year-old woman named Mariah claimed that the then 17-year-old Justin was the father of her 3-month-old son, and she filed suit demanding Justin take a paternity test and pay $15,000 a month in child support. This story went absolutely everywhere because the affidavit that was filed was Justin sounded straight out of a Wattpad fanfiction. According to Mariah, she attended the Never Say Never concert at the Staples Center and was pulled out of the crowd after the show along with several other women.
You're so
The affidavit then described in extreme detail her alleged sexual encounter with Justin, who would have been 16 at the time, while she would have been 19. So very much below the age of consent, if true, and the salaciousness of it all was absolute fodder for every tabloid, morning show, and of course Wendy Williams.
He took her in a bathroom.
Bro, would Justin ever like a boat? That's some shit you gotta really think about. I think he did when he got older.
Well, according to the article in the Star,
I think he did when he got older.
about a condom and he said no.
But it was like,
this is
I
my
don't know.
first time and I want to feel everything.
This is embarrassing. We're not finna be doing this to him.
Interviews, although none of them appear to help her credibility.
Bro, like, why is we doing this? That's what you gotta really think about. Why are we doing this? Why is we doing this to my goat? He didn't do none of these things. Man. That's not just a kid. He wasn't a kid, bro. Like, God. I never knew none of this was happening because I was like, okay. I never knew none of this was happening because 2011 I was 4 and yeah, I was just listening to Justin Bieber on my TV on the box TV. It's like I be learning shit because obviously I grew up on these people, but I wasn't on the internet to like really understand what was going on.
Stated that not only were they going to submit the DNA for the paternity test, but they were also considering countersuing her for defamation. Mariah ended up dropping the suit and changing legal representation, stating it was because of death threats she'd been receiving from believers, which, don't get me wrong, she very much was getting those. But also the next day, she was Mariah and her friend, begging them to delete texts suggesting someone else named Robbie was the real father and that she'd pay them once she got her own alias, which was probably quiet. Despite the suit being brought, Justin still went ahead and took the paternity test, but supposedly Mariah's legal team never reached out to actually compare the sample. A few days after that, Robbie himself came forward and claimed Mariah completely made up the story so that she could sell it to a tabloid for $50,000 because at the time, Mariah was homeless and Robbie was incarcerated, so she felt she had no means to support her child. I mean, this whole story is awful. Mariah seemed like a very troubled person in a desperate situation, not an excuse for what she did. And the absolute circus around Justin's supposed sex life, despite him still being a child himself, is horrible. But if there's one silver lining, it did give us, I think, one of Justin Bieber's greatest songs ever written. And Justin was not shy about who this song was about.
Maria.
Yeah.
What's that song about?
Well, it's, it's inspired by basically Mariah Yeater, who claimed that she had my baby, which is completely false. Just listen to the song. It's cool. And it basically explains my side of the story, how I felt in the situation and stuff like that.
Tell me about that experience. What was that like from the inside for you when she started making these claims? As you said, completely.
First, I didn't really even this would blow over, and then it made headline news. And I was like, why are you even thinking something ridiculous? Like, why? And, it's crazy that if someone says something, people are quick to believe it. I didn't even think anyone would believe it.
And who could forget this speech? Dear Mariah, we have never met, so from the heart, I just wanted to say,
You'll never get this, you'll never get this, la 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 la. He is behind you, crazy, everybody laughs, you go, you never get this. Everybody inside, and then a wheel will laugh. High five.
Maria also came out of what I think, dare I say, was Justin's best era. Believe. He had a brand new haircut, a forehead reveal. It was a big deal. And his first single from this era was Boyfriend, the most Where My Hug At song I've ever heard. And it was originally a Mike Posner song, so I guess that actually tracks. Flag, flag, flag on you. Chilling by the fire while we eating fondue? Robert Frost wishes he had this level of poetic genius. Nicki Minaj really had a gift when it came to taking mid pop songs and elevating them to icon status just with her features. It needs to be said. Justin also came out with his second concert documentary for the Believe Tour, once again directed by John Chu. Only this time John was also the creative director for the entire tour. So if you're wondering why Justin begins the show flying in with wings made out of every instrument Justin can play, that is all John. Just the splash of musical theater energy we all needed. And in this documentary, John asked, hey Justin, a lot of people are wondering if you're gonna become a troubled child star now that you're a little bit older. And Justin says, what? No way.
Have you ever dreamt of two of your fave Wendy's items for $7?
I don't remember how he got arrested, but I remember
or 10-piece nugs. Well, today is the day your oddly specific dream comes true.
That's one of the most popular mug shots of all time.
Gotta be Wendy's.
And when I look at that picture, it look like it's from the journals era.
In every GMC
like
Sierra.
Early 20s.
Get 3.9% APR
Like that
Sierra
era.
heavy duty
That's
model.
that's what it looked like he got arrested.
You're dead.
AKA the light skinned Bieber era. Very known. That was very known to people say that's his light skinned era.
Bizzle era. In 2013, Justin began calling himself Bizzle, and then just invoked pure chaos for 2 years straight. That wasn't Justin, guys. That was Bizzle. It reminds me of one time I called my vet to make an appointment for food. And they were like, I'm sorry, we don't have your dog in our system. How do you spell his name again? And I spelled his name, and the lady went, oh, you said Goose. I thought you said his name was Poos.
Poos?
Now, why would you think that? So, anytime Goose gets into the trash or barks at 3 a.m., that wasn't Goose. That was Poos. And to be quite honest, I have never seen Poos and Bizzle in the same room. In my opinion, the Bizzle era first started after photos came out showing Justin smoking marijuana. This started the hashtag Cutting for Bieber, which, yes, does mean what you think it means. However, what I did not know at the time when this was going viral was that this hashtag started as a 4chan joke making fun of Beliebers, and fortunately it seems like the overwhelming majority of these posts were just rage bait, not actual Beliebers self-harming. But a lot of young teenage girls for sure heard about this and saw these pictures on their timelines. I know I did. And honestly, it being a sick joke to trick teenage girls into self-harming isn't really better than the trend actually coming from Beliebers. The psychological damage was there. Then in March of 2013, Justin fought with paparazzi, and I'll just say it, that guy had it coming.
Yeah. I swear I see somebody in this one. He was on it. JV was on it. I always seems weird, but I didn't know you say. What you say? Beat your ass.
Like, I know that's the whole point, is scream obscenities at you to try and get a reaction.
I did not know you said
crazy
beat your
for
ass,
reacting, but at the time, everyone just ate that up uncritically. Like,
beat your ass,
look at Justin getting mad at a man who was yelling at him for no reason.
Beat your ass,
like, yeah, wouldn't you? But unfortunately, the outfit Justin was wearing at the time, combined with his security lifting him back into the car. Justin did not look as threatening as they think he wanted to at the time. And this was after Justin collapsed during a concert and wore a gas mask to dinner. The guy was having a rough week. Also in March, while on the Believe tour in Germany, Justin was stopped at customs because the baby monkey, Molly, he got for his birthday that he had brought with him, did not have the proper paperwork to enter the country. The German government kept Molly in quarantine while Justin performed, and told his team that they could have Molly back as soon as they got the paperwork and that they could legally bring him into the country. But then Justin left. He tweeted Munich was a good time and loud. The bus is headed to Vienna now. You coming? And his fans were like, Justin, I think you're forgetting something? Also, some believers took the time to compare the German government to a certain other moment in German history. Once Justin kept on with his tour, the German government sent Molly to an animal sanctuary. The sanctuary said that at just 14 weeks old, Molly was way too young for the separated from his mother, and he already had associated with other monkeys because of this. And eventually, Molly was placed on the better now, and in 2015, 2 years after abandoning his first monkey, Justin said he'd consider getting a second monkey because monkeys are awesome. To which the North American Primate Sanctuary Alliance responded, please do not receive this previous invention. Then in April of 2013, after Justin toured the Anne Frank house, Justin signed the guest book saying, really inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a good girl. Hopefully she I have no words. AI could truly never rephrase this. And what's crazier is this happened and then the Baltimore Stars had Ansel Elgort and Kate later. Like, what was in the water? What were we